Many people among my friends and family continue to confuse the difference between the physical laws of nature and the scientific theories. They believe that a law is something that has been proven, and a theory is just a theory. Even though I explained the concept to all of them, still some of them continue to confuse it. So I decided to make this video to clarify. I am sure in YouTube there must be other videos that explain the same subject, but nevertheless I decided to make my own. Thank you for your understanding, and here is my 2 cents regarding laws and theories. Science starts with observations in the world around us or from laboratory experiments, often involving measurements, designed to obtain facts. The investigation of electricity, for example, began when it was noticed that amber, a glass-like fossil, attracts small light objects when it is rubbed with a cloth. To help make sense of the facts of science and explain the behavior of the physical world, scientists invent terms called concepts. These concern quantities that can be measured. Some, such as length, are very basic and easily measured, while others, like the potential difference in electricity, are less concrete and require more sophisticated measuring instruments. 4 of the most useful concepts are those of atoms, energy, fields, and waves. They pervade the whole of physics, enabling us to build an intellectual framework that helps us to understand a wide range of phenomena. Experiments show that in many cases relationships called laws or principles exist between concepts. They summarize a large number of facts in an economical way, often as a mathematical equation. For example, Hooke's law tells us how a spring behaves when it is stretched and relates the concepts of force and length. Boyle's law describes how gases respond when squeezed, using the concepts of pressure and volume. Newton's laws of motion deal with the action of forces on objects, often called bodies, and the accelerations they may produce. Ohm's law in electricity connects the concepts of potential difference and current. These so-called laws of nature are formulated by scientists by extracting from the facts, and they do have limitations. Thus, Hooke's law is true only if the spring is not stretched too far. Newton's laws of motion do not hold for bodies moving at a speed near that of light, and Ohm's law only applies to certain conductors. Nevertheless, it is by introducing concepts and discovering laws that we are able to make the physical world seem reasonable and to obtain some control over it. Frequently, in science, what we are dealing with is not directly accessible to our senses, and in such cases we sometimes use theories or thought models to help us to explain things. For instance, the wave theory is used to make sense of some of the properties of light and sound, and draws on our knowledge of the behavior of real waves, such as surface water waves. The field theory enables us to deal with the invisible, action at a distance, non-contact, forces occurring in electricity, magnetism, and gravitation. The kinetic theory gives us insight into the properties of matter in bulk. That is, it helps to relate macroscopic, large-scale properties such as density and pressure, especially of gases, to the masses, speed, energy, etc., of the constituent atoms and molecules that cannot be seen directly. It assumes that in some ways these submicroscopic particles are not unlike visible particles, for instance snooker balls, in their behavior. A theory connects a wide range of ideas, thus simplifying our knowledge. and from it, predictions can be made and tested by new experiments. In this way, the theory is further vindicated or seen to be in need of modification if it contradicts the facts the atomic theory of matter has developed in this way. It is important to remember that scientific theories are aids to understanding which, like geographical maps, are representations of analogies of reality and are not complete description of it. In short, a good example of the difference between law and theory is this. I am a man. We can say that this is a law, because describe the phenomenon of me being of the masculine gender of the species Homo sapiens sapiens. But when we say why I am a man, it is explained by a theory that is built and supported by data and experiments, and maybe a mathematical model, which says that the sexual gamete of my father and my mother got together in a cell which multiplied exponentially and created the man I am. We know that male chromosomes are the ones who determine sex. Therefore, my father's chromosomes, when joined with my mother's, determined that I was to be a man. That is a theory that describes the reason why I am a man. I hope this clarifies everything in a simple manner to all of those who ask me to do this. Thank you for your attention.